Going into race one, the predicted bad weather had set in as rain lashed the Silverstone circuit ahead of the start. Luckily, the warm-up in the morning had also been in similar conditions, allowing the riders to find a setup for the wet. Either way, the treacherous conditions would create a case of who dares wins, with riders struggling just to stay upright. With Bayliss on pole and Harbour and Toseland, the top two in the championship alongside, something had to give. Let's go to the start of the race with your commentary team with Scott Smart, Steve Martin and Jonathan Green.
We're about to go racing. Out go the lights and away we go. Tosen gets away well. Ramsey does not get away well.
Bayliss the whole shot though from the outside of the grid from pole position. He makes it into turn one first and across the bumps at Cobbs.
Harger's in second place. Corsa's trying round the outside.
Oh, is that Brooks in fifth? Or is it Muggeridge? But either way.
Oh, somebody's trying it down the road. Could that be Fabrizio? It is. Well, there you go. There's my prediction gone down. It's like the Grand National. Never mind, Fabrizio is out of this, the fastest man in the warm-up, and, well, Keeley was trying to tell him to take his time this morning. Unfortunately, he's out of this one already. But out front, it is Troy Bayliss, Harger. Look at the puddles. Course around the outside at Maggotts, which is pretty hard in the damp. Oh, no! That's awful, and he can't... Oh.
He's nearly taken his team out, but Brooks, he just about stays on.
So, Carl Muggeridge almost taking both Alto Evolution boys out. I said watch out for them. Look at Corsa now on Harger. Oh, no love lost there. See you, Norrie.
Into Priory, but it's really off camber there. It's hard enough in the dry, let alone the wet.
So then, the two Troys go to war here at Silverstone at the old airfield.
Oh, and he's off.
Oh, no, that is bitter disappointment for James Tosen. Look how quickly he's trying to get up and get on that bike, but I think that's game over for race one for JT.
And Rolfo was right behind him, actually, so Rolfo was doing a really good job.
Well, the stuff pouring out of the bike, that's nowhere.
Coming out.
Yeah, no,
he started it and the water's coming out.
No,
and now he's going to ruin it for everyone else by throwing more dirt and muck on the grid, but you can't blame him for wanting to get back out there. Tosen dropping it out of fourth place. This has all gone wrong. Massive press clippings about how he was going to go for the double, how he was going to consolidate the championship lead, and wham, bam, thank you.
That was still, as you're just trying to feather the gas on in the middle of the corner, you aren't even accelerating hard there. So that bike looked a handful on the outlap.
It looked really hard in the rear end.
Oh, Corsa around the outside.
Corsa takes the lead then. Well, there's James Tosen's pit, but this is what happened. Tosen realising that really the game was over. He was back out on track, but looking down at the bike, seeing the fluid coming out, and he's pointing down to his mechanics and saying, yeah, I've got a big problem, but he's, well, I don't know if he's still circulating now, but, well, yes, he is still out there, but really out of contention. You never know. Let's see how long he can keep going, but it's a brave effort from James Tosen, but he's thrown it down the road here if you've just joined us, but out front it's Corsa from Bayliss. Here's one thing that I'm sure Brooks hadn't thought of a few years ago, passing Biaggi at Silverstone, and he's just done it in style.
To take 6th place, so that was your call on Brooks.
Well, this is classic British racing, and I know wherever you're watching around the world, a warm welcome to our Mnet viewers in South Africa. And Lance Isaacs, I'm sure, with a big smile on his face, trying to get back into the championship, but he won't be won in these conditions, and Bayliss is back where he needs to be.
We were talking about the traction control a little while ago and how the fresh wets really don't mind the good traction control setting, but as the edge starts to go out of the wet tyre, then you need to back it off. And I wonder if we've got to that stage in the race now where the guys haven't taken the sensitivity down on the traction control, so the bikes are just cutting too much and they haven't got as much power as they might like. So once they twig...
He's probably still remembering Assen a couple of years ago. He was riding the Bertocca Kawasaki.
Oh, he's down!
Oh, that's exactly what happened then too. He had a good ride and he
Josh
fell off.
Brooks out of this one or not? Well, he tries to remount and he's still got the engine going and away he goes. The marshal's doing a great job. Happy birthday, by the way, to Dave Campbell, 40 today. One of the guys out there in the wet doing a hell of a job here at Silverstone. There's Josh Brooks, and now he's assessing the damage.
No foot peg on the bike.
Look at Tosen in the mix here, and look who he's getting past. He's trying to get past Morelli and Kagiyama.
That would be for 14th position. Well, actually, it'd be better than that now because Brooks will have been gone out. So Kagiyama.
Oh, somebody else is down. Is that Rolfo?
That's Polita, I think.
Polita from 10th place.
So there's a possible 12th here for Toseland.
And there's a possible red flag if he doesn't get up any quicker than he has done. Tosen trying to get round the outside of Morelli up towards Priory. He's got to be careful. Oh, almost having a go at Kagiyama as well. But this is a brave ride from the championship leader. There's Max Biaggi, currently in 6th place and looking to score some decent points out of this, and I think he won't try to make any more heroic moves from where he is. 6 is probably where he's going to stay.
I don't think he's made any heroic moves this weekend. I think that the bike is just that much of a handful around here. It just isn't working that well, and as everybody else is developing their bikes this year, the Suzuki seems to be getting left.
And I'll tell you what, I'll make a prediction. Biaggi rattling around there in 6th place. Long way to go in this race. It's going to kick off between the top 3 because they all want the 25 points and not 16. One of these guys might still have a problem. Oh, there's Jakob.
That looked like it was out onto the back straight, which is a fast place to be getting off, and the barriers are really quite close there, actually.
I can share a little bit of a story with you. I too have a little nub finger, the same as Bayliss, and in the gold, it's the first thing that goes wrong as they come up on Neuka. Is that, no, it's Kageyama. Oh, that's going to make some interesting viewing, and Haga gets in his way.
That was bad.
Gets in Haga's way, I mean.
No, he got into Corsa's way.
Well, Haga's gone through.
Made the pass.
Yep, Haga's made the pass, and he's now gone into 2nd place finally on Corsa. Kageyama getting in the mix, but now drifting off into the mist. 20 of the 28 laps gone. And here's another look at this, Steve.
I think Haga's decided, I think I can win this race, I'll go for it now.
It'll be interesting to see his pace for the next couple of laps.
Look at the acceleration difference he had there over the Suzuki.
Rolfo's still going, and he is currently in 4th position, and could be one of his best finishes of the year.
To be honest, he was up for a 2nd place when the thing ran out of fuel at Monza last weekend, so he deserves a podium.
He does, yeah.
He deserved one last weekend, and he got robbed on the last lap in the 2nd race. He got robbed by running out of fuel in the 1st race.
Those guys.
And that's Ruben Zaus being lapped.
Wow.
He's struggling this weekend because they're essentially
And
the
he's
same
not,
bike.
he's not getting out of the way, is he?
Well, Zaus has been off in this lap, but I think he was 8th going off the lap, and he crashed part way through it.
Okay.
This is tense moments because Zaus does not realise, I don't think, that Bayliss is coming through.
Well, he doesn't realise who it is.
Yeah, now he does.
Right, now that is perfect. Two
now
guys
he looks over his shoulder.
Oh, Haga, will he stop it? Oh, he does. How did he manage to get past those two?
Oh, and Zaus doesn't know where to put himself. He can't get out of the way, nor can Nukish, and he's trying to help Corsa through. And it's just that worst last corner. Nobody likes that chicane, and Bayliss has built his lead. So then, just one more corner for 21. He slipped, he slid, and he's sliding his way to victory here at Silverstone, tiptoeing through the puddles on the Xerox Ducati to take a famous victory here at Silverstone. The double last year, and now another win in 2007, and a perfect time for Troy Bayliss, who had such a rotten Donington.
Troy Bayliss took an important win as he splashed his way to victory ahead of Haga and Corsa. Tosun falling and remounting to a hard-fought 8th place. Bayliss had closed the gap by a massive 17 points on the Brit in the championship chase.
I have to say it was quite cold out there and long. 15 laps is going to get the same result, I think. But congratulations to everyone, really, to finish that race. It was certainly not easy. Also, my team done a very good job today, and thanks to all of our sponsors. It's a good day for us, and it's a sort of a bit of a start back for the championship.
Now, we haven't had an awful lot of wet conditions apart from really this morning, a little bit in practice. So was it this morning very useful to getting a good setup for today?
Honestly, we had this morning in the warm-up, and we had one session, I think it was yesterday, so there's not much, you know, you can't really do too much to the bike for the second race because it's a bit of a gamble. We're quite happy the bike's working well, and there's only a couple of things. Just try and keep warmer and try and keep out of the spray. Like Troy and Norrie said, like when you're in the slow corners and you're behind somebody, you just get the spray on your helmet and the water doesn't go anywhere because you're going so slow. You have to wait till you get a bit of speed and turn your head sideways to blow the water off because we haven't got windscreen wipers yet.